G'day guys, welcome to another episode. Today we're going to be going over iron bias. The reason why is because down in the comments on one of my videos somebody asked me about it, and I do hear about it fairly frequently, so I thought this was a good opportunity to give you guys the lowdown. I'm not going to go into the full details of all the tech specs and all the bits and pieces. Suffice that there is an easy way to understand this, and here it is. Iron bias is simply you telling the machine what its chance is of either missing a target or missing that something is iron. So if you have a machine that goes from 1 to 10 or from 1 to 6 or 0 to 10 or whatever, it doesn't matter. The basic principle is the closer you go to the bottom end, the more chance there is of digging iron targets out of the ground. The higher you go to the other end, the further you go to the other end, the more chance there is that everything's going to sound like iron to the machine and you're going to miss good targets in the ground. So you can kind of see there that essentially pick the middle ground. It's going to be the simplest scenario. There are some situations where you will want to adjust it, but the vast majority will simply be set it in the middle and kind of forget it. To expand on that though, if you were detecting in a high iron area, you would want to make sure that your iron bias was on the high side, because that's going to mean less digging of iron targets out of the ground. Conversely, if I was out in the ocean down here and detecting, I would set my iron bias very low because the chances of finding an iron target are fairly low, and I want to maximize my chances of finding the other targets. So you can see how it balances out environment and the kind of detectorist you are, i.e., if you don't mind digging a bit of junk iron out of the ground, well then set it fairly low. If you don't want to dig any iron out of the ground at all and you don't mind missing a few targets, send it up to the high end. Hey presto, that is iron bias. That's how it works. Over and out.